Hello everybody and welcome back to WoW Mods. Sorry about the delay. I had actually recorded this previously and I thought we were good to go. Yesterday when I was about to edit it, I realized that the sound was terrible. There was a lot of noise and corruption. I think there was a contact that wasn't done properly. So we're back and we're going to be taking a look at Northvale as it stands. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk. As you can see, I've already changed the forest from the greens to the autumn oranges, reds, and yellows. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to see what I've done. It's not completely there, and we'll have to work at it a bit more. Anyways, as we go up this mountain, I thought I might as well just kill some time just to remind all of you to, if you're interested, join the Discord channel, the MTL Media Fan Discord channel. There are resources there for you to download. There are patches in the resource section. Oh, looking here a bit at the side of the fields and some of the ruins of the city. So yeah, make sure if you're interested, check that information out. The information is going to be in the description down below. Alright, and now we begin to make our way up into the Northvale area. Not entirely sure if I'm calling the entire area Northvale or if I'm calling it something else. This path will lead past certain mountains. There's going to be a wall in between those two mountains. I've been doing some work which will modify those sections. So if you have seen some images in the channel which show this area a little bit more developed, that just has to do with a little bit of the discrepancy between the original footage and the original audio that when I recorded this and when I actually got to post the video. So there's going to be a tower which is going to be a sort of palisade / encampment for the town. We're going to add a couple more sort of shrubs and bushes along the area, as well as lamps and sort of fences around the roads, as well as developing the core of the town itself. But I thought as we move into that, obviously, this is the previous version that I had worked on before. So it's not the current up-to-date version that I'll show you later on in this video. Hell, it's not even the most up-to-date version that I've got some screenshots and put up on the channel on Discord, or that I will probably be using as the cover image for the video. Forgetting all the names of these things right now. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll switch these houses out. We're going to go ahead and perhaps reshape the land a bit, work a bit on the mountains there in the back. We're going to have a palisade wall out there. It's already there, so right now we're just, I'll just fly up a bit and show you how the mountains are looking. Pretty trash. Upcoming, you'll have a video about how to sculpt the mountains. That's already been recorded and it's coming along the way. It's just a matter of editing and doing that type of work pretty soon. I know that I say pretty soon a lot of the time, but you also have to understand it takes quite a bit of time to actually work on this, and aside from that, then edit it. And I do work for media, and I do work for a company, and I work editing other projects as well. So sometimes I need a break just from being at a computer and sitting down. I got to take care of my health, especially now during the times of COVID-19. I don't want to become an office potato. But anyways, here we are. This is how you guys remember bits of the town as it was before I changed the forest. Of course, this is somewhat in this version, in this earlier version that we're looking at right now. This is some of the positioning. There'll be other things that we will be looking at. Here, I'm sort of like pointing towards the direction that I want that manor, that house that we had talked about and that I read in your comments. Don't necessarily have it be a castle, maybe not a garrison, maybe a garrison. So I decided to do a combination of both by integrating some palisade walls in what will be this sort of like mountain path and having a large manor slash. The model is called Guild House, but it'll be a manor atop of that flat area there, and we'll have a path that'll wind from here, sort of like in between those two smaller hills, and it'll wind up to the top. And so when we get to that particular portion of that, I'll add some other details. We'll develop the land a little bit more, and we'll find that to be just great. Now, let me just find this spot here so that I can show you where the changes are going to be, and we're going to look at that right now. Okay, and here we are. We're at the new version of the map. And I've made the changes which correspond to this particular area. There's a bit of changes across, but it gives you the look. It's the mushrooms I was talking about. There's a bit here in the farms. You can see I started laying down some of the fall inspired harvest, and the fence, which will obviously go around it. You can see that the buildings now have the orangey textures in the roofs. The church still pending. We'll have to make sure that we make a custom WMO with just that minor change. And of course, the main feature we were talking about, the path that goes down. It's a little rough still, but it'll come around. In fact, let's just walk down that path right now, and a couple of added houses just to pad out to the town a little bit more. And it's always good to sort of have these additional little details. Now the house seems to be a little slanted, I think. Maybe? Is it just me? Maybe it is. Maybe it's just a tiny bit slanted, so we need to correct that. And obviously there will be more details like knockdown logs and just, the little minutia of details. Another house here. Of course, they have to be sunk down into the ground a little bit closer so that step is actually something that you can walk up. And then this area, which of course is going to require just, retexturing some of the ground and also sinking it down a bit more so that you can actually get into it. This is the thing about when you're modding from Nogget, is that like very rarely will, from the aerial view, you know exactly what to go at. But yeah, so here's the manor slash house. I think this is one of the standard Warcraft guild houses. It stands perfectly fine for the purpose of having a sort of like lord's manor slash home, who sort of like rules over this particular town. So that should be fine. I just remembered that I won't drop down because I'm flying. Let's go down into the basement because I also cut out a bit of the hole in the world so that we could have this. And we have these elements here. I don't know if these can be removed. There's a different set for them. I'm hoping that there is, because I didn't really care much for having that type of stuff down there. Anyways, that's where we stand with that. What else do we have? Well, let's go into the town itself and have a little walk through there as well. As you can see right here, that's sort of this is precisely why I thought about having like the mountain path. As you can see, there's clearly the terrain sort of like lends itself for that. Sometimes you'll walk around the terrain and you'll see, hey, you know what? This actually works for me. Like this needs to be flattened out a bit. I need to work a little bit more on like the texturing, make it a little bit spotty, figure out what some of these things are. and hopefully that'll work out just fine. Sorry, getting some messages right now, so pay no attention to that. So we've got here some of the temporary some of the temporary fences. I think it's all looking pretty fine. We're going to get some lights and lanterns, obviously, quite potentially maybe some just regular tents. And that'll be it for the town itself. So I'm pretty happy with the way that things are looking. Hopefully we'll come at it again. Maybe not this particular area until it's a little bit more polished. Just do a quick little fly through this area, and you can see, yep, it's all coming along. There is some more areas obviously over there that are developed. There's some of that stuff that I don't want to show you just yet. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to check out and see who the hell is texting me right in the middle of my recording session. And we'll be back next week with more WoW modding. Until then, everybody, bye-bye.